Hi, Bob Clements. One of the questions that I ask service managers as I'm working with them, either through webinars or through our dealer success groups, is how do you know you're pricing your jobs correctly? That's one of the most important things as a service manager, is to make sure that you're pricing your work in the correct way. And so as I talk to service managers about it, they go, well, I don't know, Bob, this is how much time they turned the wrench. And then I just simply took that time and I made that our billable time to the customer. And that's what I charge the customer. So if I've got a technician that turned a wrench for, let's say, 8 hours, I'm just going to bill a customer for 8 hours. I say, okay, so that's time and material billing. We don't do a lot of that in our shops. I'll talk about that in another video at some point in the future. But I said, but that's not really how you do it. So we don't actually do work by the hour in our shops, with a few rare exceptions. We don't do work by the hour. We do work by the job. So what our hourly rate is has nothing to do with what we're going to charge for a job. We charge so much to do a job. Let's say if I'm splitting the tractor apart and putting a clutch in it, that job may be a 16-hour job. And I would price that job out based upon not an A-level tech doing that job, but a B-level tech doing that job. So as you're looking at your pricing, understanding that pricing in the shop is always based upon a B-level tech, not an A-level tech, because an A-level tech should always beat your job time. So one of the ways to check and see kind of where you're at on this would be to go take a few work orders from an A-level tech. So let's say I'm your A-level tech. You go pull up a few work orders that you've had me do. And as you look at them, you look at what my billing efficiency is. So let's say I'm on a job for 16 hours and you build 16 hours out, then my billing efficiency would be 100%. And the reality of it is my billing efficiency should have been about 120%. Because I expect in a dealership, in a shop, I expect an A-level technician to beat billing time by about 20%, 25, and I've got some guys that beat it well over 30%. So when you're thinking about that, that's the first thing you do. So let's go back and see, how am I doing with my A-level tech? Because my A-level tech, when I bill out a job, I should be billing out about 20% more time on that job than what it actually took the tech to do. That's where you're knowing that you're pricing your jobs correctly. The other hand, understand that our billing, when we're billing out for a job, our billing is done based upon B-level techs, not A-level techs. So if I have a job, this 16-hour job that we're talking about here, this clutch, if I got a 16-hour job, I would expect to put a B-level tech on that job, a good B-level tech, but I would expect to put a good B-level tech on that job, and they have the ability to get that job done in 16 hours, not 18 hours, right? And I'm only going to bill 16 for it, but in 16 hours. So keep in mind, as a service manager in your shop, all of your billing should be based upon a B-level tech doing the job. So then when you put an A-level tech on that same job, right? If a B-level tech got it done in 16 hours, an A-level tech's probably going to get it done in 15 or 14 hours. That's how you know you're billing correctly for your time. Now, keep in mind, there are times where you're going to do time and material work. I understand that. Not everything you have in your shop, we know exactly what we're going to bill for it at that point, but it's not that hard to do. But let's say that 20% of the time, you don't know what you're going to bill for it, right? It is a time and material job, and it's a complex job, and you're going to put your very best tech on it because you want your best tech to do this work. But if I know my best tech is consistently at beating my billing efficiency by 20%, so if they're consistently at 120%, and I put them on a time and material job, I give you, the customer, my very best tech that I could, on any other job, make an extra 20% on. I'm going to give you that technician, and they got that job done in 8 hours, okay? Then I'm going to add 20% more to that time, because if I had that tech, that A-level tech on any other job, instead of producing 8 hours of billable time for me, they would have produced 9.6, 20% more than at 8 hours. And so when I would bill out a time and material job in a shop, depending upon the technician, right? If it's an A-level technician doing time and material work, I take their billing efficiency, what on the average, when we're doing a job by the job, what's their billing efficiency? And again, I'd expect it to be a minimum of 20% over the time on that job, or under the time in that job. But then I would take that 20%, and if they took 8 hours to do a time and material job, I'd add 20% more to that 8 hours, which would give me 9.6 hours. And that's what I would bill the customer for that time. Now, people say, well, gosh, Bob, that's not really fair. I mean, it only took me 8 hours to do it. It's a time and material job. Then put a B-level tech on it, right? If you're going to do a time and material job and you feel in your conscience that you can't add that other 20% because you're putting your very best tech on it. I'm giving you my brain surgeon. If you don't feel like you can do that, then don't put your best tech on that job. Let them do those jobs that you're pricing out by the job, so you can make an extra 20 or 25% on the time and put a good B-level tech on the job. You go, well, gosh, Bob, it's going to take them more than 8 hours to do it. That's my point, right? That's my point. I could take a B-level tech and put on a job that an A-level tech could get done in 8 hours, and it might take it, then I'm going to charge 9.6 hours for, and it might take a B-level tech 11 hours to do it. The customer still didn't come out better at all. So I'm just going to challenge you on that. When you're thinking about pricing out jobs, the first thing you have to do is just say, am I pricing them out correctly? And you take some work orders from your best technician and you look at their billing efficiency, their wrench time versus the time you bill out for the job. And if you sit there and say, okay, they're at 100%, then you're not pricing your jobs out correctly. That technician should consistently be at least 20% over from a billing standpoint, over what it actually took them to turn the wrench on. And I want to stress again, your goal here always is when you're pricing jobs out, it should be priced out for a B-level tech. A B-level tech should be able to be at 85 to 100% on every job you put in their hands. If they're not, again, you're not pricing the job out correctly. So I'm going to challenge you to do that. You know, one of the most important things for us in our service departments is to be profitable. Service department is this massive ATM machine back there that can kick dollars off for us. And for all of you, again, that have been kind of going through inventory issues this year, we know how important it is to get good profitability out of the shop. So I'm going to challenge you to do that. Reevaluate your billing strategies in your shop. I think you're going to find it's going to make you more money. Thanks.